The two terms for those who do the quantitative research. When you do the quantitative research, there are two things that you will be very familiar. Okay, the terms adapting and adopting. Okay, adapt and adopt. Okay. So, adopting ni, the term adopt. Kalau kita dalam bahasa Melayu panggil dia nama anak angkat. Kan, adopt. Okay, adopt ni in research, it referring to no changes should be done in wording, answer categories, order or format of question or administrative procedures. Maksudnya when you adopt the questionnaire, the perkataan adopt and adapt ni we will use when we try to identify the suitable instrument for our study. Okay, perkataan ni yang biasanya ramai orang akan confuse. Okay, adopt ke adapt? Okay, adopt ni meaning that when you have the instrument on your hand, okay, there shouldn't be any changes on the wording, answer categories. Wording ni meaning that you cannot change anything from the instrument. Okay, you should use 100% as the original version. You cannot change even one single word. Okay, answer categories ni, if let's say the original Likert light scale that they use is 3, for example, you cannot change into 5. You have to use whatever provided to you. Okay, and then another thing is in terms of the order. Order ni meaning that the arrangement of the items. You cannot simply change those from 4 to 1. Okay, and then 1 to 15. You cannot change. You cannot change. And then the format of question. The format ni probably may include the instruction. Okay, you cannot change the instruction or the administrative procedure. Administrative procedure ni probably referring to when you how you do the data collection. If let's say the previous study, if let's say the one who developed the questionnaire ni, the items ni, they said that if you want to use the instrument, you need to interview your respondent personally. So meaning that you have to follow the instruction. You cannot give the instrument, distribute the instrument, leave it, give some time for a respondent to answer. Okay, and then after a while, then you come and collect again. You cannot do that. You have to follow exactly the similar procedure provided to you by the person who developed the instrument. Okay, ini maksud dia adopt. Okay, so we adopt the instrument ni, or measurement ni when we want to replicate a study. Apa maksud replicate? Replicate tak sama dengan duplicate. Okay, replicate ni meaning that, okay, based on, for example, there is one study related closely to your study. For example, a manager, leadership among women manager, for example, okay, has been conducted in Singapore. Okay, and then the finding from the study ni really interests you, it really attract your interest. So that's why you want to conduct the similar study but in Malaysia. You want to conduct a similar study related to leadership among women in Malaysia. Okay, then you replicate exactly the procedure, okay, the item that they use, okay, the data collection procedure, okay, and then in terms of the age range of the women leaders tu, you all follow exactly the criteria apa yang di report. Replicate ni shouldn't be similar with duplicate sebab, okay, when we replicate ni, we refer to the different sources. Dia bukan copy paste Kita hanya copy dia punya procedure, but we do not copy the references or the theory. Okay? Dia lain, tak sama. Okay, and incapable to improve another's instrument. Okay, so meaning that we adopt when we cannot improve another instrument. Incapable to improve. Okay, and then instrument is under copyright. Okay, we adopt the instrument ni because the instrument itself is under copyright, in which you cannot simply change. You want to, if let's say you want to use the instrument, you need to get the permission from the author, from the original person, from the person who developed the instrument. Only then you can use the instrument. Okay, but there are some cases in which after you get the permission from the author, but the author said, please do not change anything from my instrument. You are allowed to use, but you cannot change anything. And then another condition that allow you to adopt the instrument is when you want to compare the finding. For example, you have two different instrument. Okay, you do not change anything, but the main purpose is you want to compare the result for these two instruments. For example, you want to measure leadership among women, but you have two different instruments developed by different scholar. Okay, you use the instrument ni among different similar respondent, but the result you want to compare which one is better. Okay, the next one is to use instrument of known reliability and validity. So meaning that you already know that the instrument that you use ni dah memang valid, dah memang reliable. So no need for you to do any changes. Okay, so these are the 5 situations that you are allowed to adopt the instrument. Okay, so the next term is adapt. Adapting an instrument. Okay, so adapt ni meaning that any aspect of an instrument is changed. So maksudnya kalau instrumen tu you dapat, you ubah sikit je. Even satu perkataan, we already have to use the word adapt. Okay, and then we adapt when instrument is too long. For example, you have the original version of the instrument, it has around 40, for example, 40 items to measure one variable. So it is too long, especially at your level. Okay, so that's why most of the time, for me, my student, I will advise them to reduce the number, but you cannot simply reduce. Okay, you have to reduce based on certain criteria. For example, based on factor loading. Okay, based on factor loading is somehow referring to the quality of each items. Okay, and then different population from the original population is being studied. Okay, so meaning that if the original version has been tested among teachers, but currently in your study you want to test leadership among women managers, for example. So you already adapt the population already different. So that's why we have to use the term adapt instead of adopt. Okay, so next one is instrument need to be translated to other language. This one, for example, okay, if let's say the original version of the instrument, it was in Dutch. For example, I have the experience when I conducted my PhD study earlier. Okay, the original version of this instrument only available in Dutch because the person who developed is Germany. Okay, so that's why I have to I ask the permission from the from the author to use the instrument. Okay, and then I provide the benefit to the author, in which I said that if I manage to get the instrument from him, I will provide the English and Malay translated version to him. So now, okay, instead of the instrument solely in Dutch, okay, he also has the instrument version in Malay and English. I provide both to him. So as an author, kita akan rasa happy kalau instrumen yang kita develop ni diguna pakai secara worldwide. Itu sepatutnya the spirit that should have from each scholar. Okay? Okay, and then instrument need to be expanded and reordered. And then because this one sometimes you have the one instrument which is very limited. For example, to measure one variable, you only have 3 items. 3 items is very risky for researcher. In quantitative research, it's very risky. Because sometimes when you have one problematic items out of 3, daripada 3 ni, for example, you ada 1 items yang bermasalah. Okay, masalah ni meaning that it is not reliable, meaning that you have to delete that items. Okay, for example, in your pilot test nanti, you have to delete. So you only there are only 2 items left. So this one is very risky for you because in quantitative, one variable cannot be measured by only 2 items. Cannot. It is not valid. Okay. Mostly the number of items in quantitative research range from 5 to 10. Okay. Lesser than 5 ni very risky. then most of the time one variable cannot be measured by only two variable. By two items. Quanti nampak senang, but it is not easy as people say, because we have the procedure in which qualitative people tak boleh follow. So jangan pandang rendah pada kuanti. Nampak senang, but it is not easy as you think. Okay? And then change in the data collection procedure. Okay, dia ada perubahan, change in the data collection procedure. So if let's say the data collection procedure is not similar from the one proposed by the original author, so we also have to use the term adapt instead of adopt. Okay, faham adapt and adopt. So for those who do the quantitative research and then those who do the qualitative research as well, you need to familiarize with this term. Even though you are not using any instrument, but at least in the future we might not know. If let's say you want to conduct your quantitative study, so at least you know the differences between adapt and adopt. Okay, so this one then saya nak highlight on